You are aware that KPA plays a very, very integral role in line with its mandate, where you are expected to develop, maintain, operate, improve and regulate the Port of Mombasa and of course other attendant ports and seaports along the coastline. And in line with that, you have set for yourselves a very, very ambitious vision of being the world-class ports of choice. It is easier said than done. To be a world-class port of choice, it has implications. It has implications in terms of timelines for delivery of services. It has implications in terms of efficiency. It has implications in terms of effectiveness and optimality in the level of operations, which you need to conform to. That is why in your mission statement you are striving to provide efficient and competitive port services, because you are not the only player in this field. There are other players in the field, such as the Port of Dar es Salaam, for example. And to maintain the level of performance and position yourself effectively in the market, efficiency and effectiveness is key. Specifically for today, we are here to evaluate the 2023-2024 performance contract. You are aware that as part and parcel of the overall government performance management framework, state corporations are expected to enter into annual performance contracts in line with their mandates on one hand and also the strategic plans on the other. You are aware that our overall government policy framework and development agenda is today anchored on the bottom-up economic transformation agenda, which is aligned to both the MTP4 and the Vision 2030. In line with that, again, you have developed a strategic plan covering the period 2023-24 to 2027-28, which is aligned to both the bottom-up economic transformation agenda. Implementation of that strategic plan, good people, is facilitated by annual work plans. So for the period 2023-2024, you had an annual work plan for that period. And in line with the annual work plan, subsequently you entered into a performance contract with the government, committing yourselves to meeting certain deliverables, both quantitatively and qualitatively, in line with your mandate. And in respect to the same, there are certain strategic objectives that you set out to pursue within the same period. And one of them was to attain a customer satisfaction index of 75%, improve port efficiency by 35%, increase the common transit market share by 7%, attain a profitability level of 20 billion shillings by the year 2027-2028, enhance the employee productive index to 2, and promote 100% conformity, or ensure 100% conformity to legal regulatory requirements in tandem with the principles of good governance. And to realize that, in line with your core mandate, you did commit yourself to certain minimum deliverables. One of them was to develop the Dongokundu free port, and of course undertake general port development of the entire port of Mombasa, increase the cargo throughput, reduce the container ship turnaround time, attain truck turnaround time at the port, increase gross crane productivity, realize truck turnaround time at the inland container depot, attain the required rail crane productivity levels, avail operational ferry vessels, facilitate ease of doing business for everybody who is utilizing the port of Mombasa, ensure that there is return on investment by way of prudence in all your investment portfolios, undertake compensation for fishermen. This, I think, mostly for the port of Lamu. Ensure that you meet the required project completion rate so that you don't embark on projects and then they are abandoned midstream. Reduce the container ship working time, realize berth productivity levels, and also attain the required system uptime so that there is consistency or sustainability in the operations of the port. In all those areas of interventions, good people, there were targets, specific targets that were to be realized within that activity period. And also we had indicators of performance for each intervention. So what we are here to do now, because that contract was signed subsequent to a consultative and participatory process, the contract was verified, ratified by both sides of the contracting parties. So we are basically here to ascertain the veracity or otherwise that what you committed yourselves to achieve has been realized for that activity period. So at this point in time now, we don't have the leeway to vary the indicators. We don't have the leeway to vary the targets that were set, discussed, and agreed on at that point in time. So we are basically looking for evidence of performance, empirically verifiable evidence of performance. Moving forward, the government is taking the performance management framework very, very, very seriously. Gone are the days when performance evaluation used to be undertaken for the sake of it. We want to ensure that the project is as objective as possible so that those organizations which excel in performance also attract certain rewards, including but not limited to enhancement of budgetary provisions that are approved for each financial year. But equally, on the flip side of it, if there are organizations which are perpetually underperforming, there is no justification why the public should keep on spending money on those type of organizations. They should be allowed to die their natural death. That is the way we manage organizations today. Organizations must justify their existence in line with their mandate. To augment this process of performance management again, we are going to anchor performance evaluation and performance management into law. We already have a draft bill, performance management bill, which will soon be getting its way into Parliament so that it can undergo the necessary processes towards enactment into a performance management act so that the results of performance appraisal can be legally enforceable, backed or anchored on strong legal foundation. I also want to encourage you, and we will facilitate this, because you operate in an environment where you rely on other players to deliver on your mandate, other government agencies or other stakeholders to deliver on your mandate. Moving forward, we will ensure that we have service level agreements between KPA and other sister organizations which are also involved in the operations of the port, so that each and every organization meets its obligations within the stipulated timelines. We don't want a situation where certain organizations don't deliver on their mandate and it negatively in turn impacts on the performance of other organizations. So we will ensure that in each and every operational environment where we have got multiplicity of players by way of government agencies, those government agencies will have to enter into service level agreements. Like for your case, we expect a service level agreement between the Kenya Ports Authority and the Kenya Bureau of Standards, the Kenya Ports Authority and the Kenya Revenue Authority, just to mention but a few. Committing each and every organization to deliver on its mandate within the stipulated timelines to facilitate efficiency and effectiveness in service delivery, so that each and every entity is committed to meeting the timelines by way of service delivery, so that underperformance of one organization does not impact on effective execution of the mandate of another institution.
Waziri and the whole team, good morning again. Good morning. On my side, Waziri, I just want to first welcome you to Kenya Ports Authority. We are happy to have you here. It has been a long journey, but we thank God we are here today. I want to also just reiterate what my MD has just said. We've been taking this issue very seriously. And at the board level, we've had several discussions with the MD and the management to make sure that we attain what we had agreed with the national government on matters performance contracting. So the other issues which my MD has just mentioned is that most of the issues which are affecting us, especially on operations, not on the board side, are the other stakeholders or the other government agencies which we are supposed to work hand in hand. If we have a seamless operation with the other agencies, then I think the other issues maybe which might be raised here will not be there on the table. So we want also for you to take that home. Maybe when you're sitting on the other side with the other teams, let them know that KPA cannot work alone. Even if we work, we do our best, but we might not have the best performance because of the other factors. So we thank you, and this team here, led by the MD, is ready to work. And I really want to appreciate, especially the president recognized them on Saturday. It was on Friday, and this shows how committed they are in making sure that we deliver what the government has requested us to do.
We've done our side ourselves as KPA. We've done self-assessment, and I want to say that the evaluation we are doing today is for the 2023-2024, and it shows a serious commitment from the management and the board that in whatever we undertake to deliver, we will do. But following our discussion on the side talk, I think you realize also that whereas as KPA we have targets that are just within KPA, but where now we have other government agencies that are supposed to, support us, or some external factors that sometimes, derail us. We would have also recommended that going forward in future, the criteria of evaluation also should be considered in issues that are outside our control. What should we do? Because as I was giving you a very good example, when you go for the truck turnaround time, the truck turnaround time is 3 hours. But when a truck comes here and we have other government agencies that needs to harm those things, the trucks need to go for scanning, needs to do all those things, the scanners are not working, the RECs are not working. At the end of the day, what PC evaluates is what is actual, not those external factors. But we would want to say that maybe going forward, some of these things we would also be evaluated based on commitment from the institution and the external factors also that affect us. We have issues again where, we agree that a project is supposed to take place within a short time or within certain timings, because based on our evaluation ourselves, we can say the process can take us 6 months. But now, when we are taken to court, when other external factors affect you, PC doesn't know that, and PC doesn't take into consideration. So I think, to me, what I would want to say is that as KPA, from the management and the board, we are committed, and we've done whatever it takes on our side to ensure that we have achieved the targets that we had set. And I also want to take this opportunity to thank my chair and the board for the support they have given us. For us to be where we are, it is because of the board, and it is because of the stewardship of our chairman, and also the government, support the government has given us. We wouldn't have been where we are without the support of the government, the national government, and also our board. So I will not want to say much because it's a self-assessment we've done ourselves. Now it is your day. So allow me to invite my chairman to give his opening remark. Then we allow you to proceed.